In this video, I will talk about measures of central tendency. The objectives will be how to find the mean, median, and mode of a population of a sample. When we calculate central tendencies for the sample and the population, they're basically the same formula. So you really don't have to do anything different. You just have to pay attention to the wording. So if it's a sample, if it's a population. But with central tendencies, you're good because whatever you calculate will be for both the population and both the sample. It's a little different when we start getting into standard deviation and variance. So the most common measures of central tendency would be the mean, median, and mode. Central tendency deals with the middle of your data set, the value that represents a typical value or the central entry of a data set. So let's talk about how to calculate the mean. The mean is also known as the average, and what you would do is you would take all of your data values, add them all up, and divide by the number of data values that you have. So you might see some weird notation like this thing here. Some of you might think, oh, this is a big E, but this is a summation notation. And this is telling you to add up all of your data values in the data set. Okay, so once again, the formula is the summation of x divided by n. And as you can see, you have a population and the mean, but they're pretty much the same formulas. N is the total number of data values in your data set, either small n, which is for the sample, big N, which is for the population. So let's look at this example. It says the monthly salaries in thousands of dollars of a sample of 6 sales reps are as follows. We're going to calculate the mean. So what we're going to do is we're going to add these data values up. And as you can see, we have a total of 6 data values. So when I add them up, I get 60. I divide by 6 and I get the number 10. To find the median, what you have to do is you have to take your data set and put it in order from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. And we're going to look at the middle value of the data set. So if you have an odd number of data entries, the median is the number in the middle, exactly the number in the middle. When you have an even number of data entries, the median is the mean of the middle two numbers. So once again, we're going to go back to our example. And we're going to put these in numerical order. We have a total of 6 data values. So we're going to look at the middle two numbers and we're going to take the mean of those numbers. So we're going to take 10 plus 11 and divide by 2. We get 21 over 2, which is 10.5. Okay. Now what happens if we did not have 6 numbers? Let's say I redid this data set and I took off the 13. I accidentally did not put the 13 in there. So I'm going to erase this. And let's say I just have 7, 8, 10, 11, and 11. So now I have 5 data values. And this is an odd number of data values. So the median will be the number exactly in the middle. So in this case, it's 10. But when we had the 13 in there, the median was 10.5. And we had to take the mean of the middle two numbers. So this is the actual answer for the data set I have up there for this data set here. The mode is the entry that appears the most often, the most frequent. If there's no data entry that's repeated, then we say that there is no mode. If 2 entries occur with the same greatest frequency, we say each entry is a mode. We call it bimodal. So we go to this data set, the value that appears the most. You can put it in numerical order if you want to, but it's not necessary. But as you can see, 11 appears twice here. So the mode is 11. That's the highest number. That's the number that appears the most frequent. So to make your life a little easier, I created an Excel template. My field is statistics, so I believe that you should always have some type of software to do statistical analysis. Now, you're free to do your calculations by hand if you want. That's fine. I know students like to see how to do the problems by hand because then the concept makes more sense to them. but I'm going to show you how to do it in Excel. So basically what you do is you're going to type your numbers in this, it's like a beige column over here, column A. You're going to type your data values in, and when you do that, your answers will populate over here on the right in yellow. You see mean, median, and mode. So I'm going to go ahead and type these numbers in, and as you can see, I get my answers. The mean is 10, the median is 10.5, and the mode is 11. And that's what we calculated it by hand. Now, when you go out into the real world, you may work with Excel in your career. You don't know. I love using Excel for my own personal use. I do a lot of calculations with Excel. I keep a database of all my bills, everything, and I get Excel to calculate stuff for me. So if you wanted to know the Excel commands, what you can do is click on each one of these yellow cells here with the answers, and the Excel command will pop up. Okay, so the one for the mean is here, and then we'll go to the median, and it says equal median, and then for the mode we do mode.mode, because, and you want to use that command mode.mode because you can have more than one mode. So you want Excel to be able to return all of the modes. Now, let's say I took this 11 out, because remember 11 is the one that appeared most frequent. But let's say I took it out the original data set and I only used the 111. So now I have 5 data values and I have only the 111 in there instead of 2. As you can see, my mode comes up as NA, not available. That means that no mode exists. Okay, so once again, if you wish to use the template, that's fine, that's up to you. That's the end of this video.